Hey guys, it's Eugene the Compton Gardener out here on my backyard patio, just enjoying the fresh breeze. No, I haven't been on here in a while, but it's because many of you don't know I work in the ER trauma center, so I've been dealing with a lot of this stuff that's going on in the world, but hope you guys are being safe out there. So anyway, this is just a little follow-up on some of my plants here. This is my persimmon, my izu, and my fuyu. I'm doing a little fruiting. I already finished the flower stage. I noticed this year I haven't got as many fruits and flowers as I did last year, but still going to be a decent crop. Last year I put on a heavy crop to where I had to get sticks and to just tie up the branches to support it from snapping, but this year it don't look like I might have that issue. I could actually count the fruits up here, but like I said, still a decent crop. Did a lot of pruning this year in February of my Mexican cream guava that was 15 feet tall. Now I cut it back to about 4.5, 5 feet. As well as my cherimoya tree over here. And if we come over here, see one of my favorite plants here, which is my pleuaries. So if you look down here, you can see some of them. There's one, there's two, there's three. You kind of count them. I got more than I did last year. Last year I only did one fruit between both trees. So this year what I did was I put this burgundy plum in a pot right next to it. But what I noticed was that this burgundy is it's a long season of flowering and a little at a time. So as you can see, different stages here. There's the fruiting. There's like 3 fruits here from when it flowered. But now you can see 2 more flowers open here, and then some closed stages over here. Haven't leafed all the way out, but fortunate for me, this year both of them, my pleuary, my sweet treat, and my candy heart, kind of flowered around the same time this year. So I was able to get a little bit more fruit. My candy heart seems to flower a whole lot more than the sweet treat, but you can see on the sweet tree I still have a few more flowers here. But there's fruits. If you go down to the bottom, there's 3 fruits there, there's 2 over here, 1 there, and then aside from that I also grafted 2 other varieties up here, being the Sugar Twist and the Beauty Plum are both grafted onto there, and those took. That was just a little experiment to see if they'll take, and they did. But just for the flowers, I wasn't really focused on for the fruits, but I wanted something that will flower around the same time to get that pollination. So I'm so excited that I'm gonna have more than 1 fruit, and me and the whole family don't have to divide a small little fruit into so many pieces. This one right here, this little stick right here was the first cutting that I purchased online, being the Black Madeira fig. That cutting I clipped 2 pieces, put one there and one here. This one already leafed out. It's probably one of the longest cuttings, or longest times it took for a cutting to take for me, being since January, and it just now did it. I was going to use this one here, this branch, for another variety. Still need to decide if I want to still do that or just let it continue being yeah, I think I will, if I could find a good variety, if someone could recommend for me, because I already have the tiger fig right here grafted. Then right above that is the Black Madeira. So you can see little figs coming out from here. There goes the helicopter once again. My orange is still different stages. He is still kind of green, but it's been hanging on a tree for the longest, and it's already some new ones coming out. The issue I've been having right now, especially with my stone fruits, like my pluaries, grasshoppers been chopping down on them, on the leaves, and I did see one of the fruits get affected as well. So I'm not sure if they're the ones that did that as well, but being like a gardener and stuff, you have to kind of play God in this, in a sense that you have to decide who lives and who dies. You know, I wanted to get praying mantis for the grasshoppers, but from what I read, that they will also eat like my bees and my other pollinators, which I'm not willing to sacrifice. So therefore, I didn't do that, even though they would help out in the food chain of eating grasshoppers. It's not worth you losing my pollinators. So I gotta go old school, sandals, smack them. No. And then a couple of my other grafts here. Right, this is my Alberto plum, but I grafted. Let's see, it's a good thing I labeled them. Eva's Pride. So early and late season. But look at this over here. I may have not thinned enough on this saucy swirl peach because they look like they're gonna ripen in the next week or so, but not nearly the size it should be. So I got an abundance of fruit, but because I haven't been out here as much, because you know, when you come from working 12 hours a day at the hospital, you just want to relax and chill. But I'm back on it now. Well, before I pass this up, my Parfianca pomegranate that I bought last year, kept that in a pot, and then the other two I bought the previous year, which is the Sweet and Eversweet. I bought them around the same size as the Parfianca, put them in the ground. Every time I put something in the ground, it takes off. See that? My patio roof is about 15 feet up, and it's already almost touching the top. But last year I got just one fruit. No, sorry, I didn't get no fruit. I got one flower, and it fell off because it didn't get pollinated. This year, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers up there, and this year there's flowers everywhere. On the sweet, this one's the sweet, and that's the Eversweet. See, they're about 3 feet apart. The Eversweet has not started flowering yet. If we come over here, the last one I'm going to show you for today is the Jujube. This one here is my sugarcane Jujube. This is about 12 feet up, and then next to it, last year I planted the GA866, and that one is probably a good 7 feet, almost reaching the top there. I'm not gonna prune this one to match the height of this one. Instead, I'm just gonna let this one grow up and then prune this one to kind of match them afterwards. We'll give this one another season since it's fairly new in here. See all the new growth from here on up. So far I got like 2 feet, 2.5 feet. And of course, this one being the third year in the ground, you can see how many flowers is up here, loaded with flowers. The bees and flies over here pollinating. And then it's literally thousands of flies plus, thousands of flies. Thousands of flowers. There's a bee right there. And then over here, this one is also in flowering stage as well. So I'm getting that cross-pollination. So I have a feeling this year, again, I'm gonna have a large crop of fruits on the jujubes. That's gonna be good. Everybody loves this sugarcane jujube. I haven't tried the GA866, but I'm looking forward to that today, this season. and my other figs. This is the XL fig. But, all right, y'all have a good one.